You okay?
I literally haven't changed my outfit in like 2 days.
I'm sick of it!
I just can't get it together today. Not okay. All of us have problems.
Hey, welcome into It's Okay, the podcast. Happy Friday. I feel like Friday took so long to get here. This week has been entirely too long. I'm still trying to get over the little sickness that I had. I'm just more congested, really, just trying to get rid of that phlegm. TMI, I know. But guys, Hollywood right now is so crazy. LA, like what even is going on over there? I'm like 3 hours away, continue to want to stay 3 hours away because look, between Britney Spears, DUI, Rihanna's house being shot up by someone who is crazy, clearly cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and cuckoo for Rihanna, and then the whole Will Smith thing, the whole Will Smith lawsuit. Now, we're going to get into that because I'm very confused. Like, what is happening? So, no, I just happened to be waking up on one of these days and I just see, Britney Spears arrested for DUI. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Did I think that she was okay? Sort of. Did I think that she was around driving? No. It looks like she's always, from her Instagram, just in the house dancing and doing all type of very strange things at the camera. I'm like, I don't really think you're dancing. I think you're just like doing weird stuff in the camera. I don't even know. And she also was like making smoothies. So I don't know. I just thought that she was just at the house. I don't know. Being one of those rich people who just happen to never leave their house. Always, they're just at their house. So I'm like, oh, she was arrested for DUI. Now, I love Britney Spears, right? Like, love her music. I don't know what album it is, but the album that has Hold It Against Me. Would you hold it against me? You feel like paradise and I need a vacation. That one there, I freaking love that song. It's just the whole album. That album and the songs on that album is lit. Anyway, basically, I'm just saying, like, I love Britney Spears. And I didn't even know that she was in a conservatorship. And her father, her family were over her money and like over her like pretty much career for quite some time until I started seeing the Free Britney thing. And I'm like, oh, she's in a conservatorship. Like, what is even, going on? I didn't know how she got into it. I didn't research to see how she got into it. I still have not. But she was ultimately, out of her conservatorship. The judge ruled, like free Britney. So they freed her. And there was some talks that like, oh, this was a plan to put her back on and all this other stuff. I don't know what that's going to look like, but she, definitely got a DUI around like 8:45-ish p.m. And I just am like, Britney, you can't drink and drive. And like, she knows that. And it, from reports of like E! News and like other, what are they called? Like celebrity news YouTubers. They're like in that space, kind of trying to give you the tea. And just people in general, the news, LA News, like, reporting that she felt really, really bad. She knew it was a mistake and she's really sorry and blah, 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 blah. And then like there was reports about how her sons came out and said, like they're going to be with her. They're going to, help her through this time and all this other stuff. So I'm like, okay, I just It's Britney Spears. It's like, what in the world? And then also, I understand it's Britney Spears, but the sheriff even in LA came out on the news and talked about it and was like, and I'm like, first of all, she's not the only one who got a DUI that day. And California as a whole, DUIs that day, like, you guys, you're really making a news conference about Britney, and I think it was just because it was Britney. I'm like, Britney. It's giving white chicks. But staying up in LA, you have the shooting that happened at Rihanna's house. Guys, this one is very crazy because I did a little bit more research. I don't know if you saw what I saw, but look, let's just go through the beginning stages of the shooting, right? So on March 8th, I think that was like a Friday or a Thursday, you've got Ivana Ortiz, right? She drives a white Tesla to Rihanna's house. Now, I don't know if she drove from Florida to Rihanna or if she already was living in LA or like ended up there. I don't know, but she was from Florida and has like arrest records and mugshots out of Florida already. So I couldn't find if she drove to Florida for this or what. Drove to California for this or what. But look, she drives a white Tesla to Rihanna's house, shoots almost 10 rounds, 9 to 10 rounds over Rihanna's gate. Like, I don't know the positioning, right? I don't know if she like held the gun above the gate and was shooting, or if she was shooting at the gate and like it was piercing through. I'm not sure, but 4 to 5 shots actually hit Rihanna's house. Now, they didn't go through the house, but they hit the house. They also hit like an RV type situation that was on the property. For her to be shooting at Rihanna's house, to actually even know where she lives, I think to be a celebrity is just very scary. And it's actually, someone could get my address honestly off the internet. It's really not that hard. But at the same time, like, that's very scary, right? To be a celebrity and like your house is like on Vogue, welcome to my house, and they're like, it sits on a such and such property, and they like actually just like give the address like brazenly. You would have to search for mine, do a little digging, but you don't have to do very much when it comes to celebrities. That's just my take. I don't know if that is fact. It just is an opinion for me. So she drives there, shoots over her gate, shoots at her house, quite literally. And when it comes to all of this, you're like, why would someone do this? This woman actually was mentally ill. I don't know how long she had been mentally ill, right? I go to her YouTube channel. She does this Ivana Ortiz. She's doing this actual like scripture Bible challenge, 60-day challenge. She's got a book. You read the scripture. She's actually reading scripture. She's reading from the Bible, I think the NIV version, and she is doing that, praying, and it seemed normal at first, right? I'm literally making notes of all this and I'm about to write. Like, she's doing a Bible plan, like she seems normal. I hear the name Rihanna. I instantly look up. I'm like, what? And she's like, Rihanna is the devil. Rihanna's face is the devil. And I'm like, why is she saying that? Like, I felt so uncomfortable. And she filmed this like 2 months ago on her YouTube channel, posting it. Each video is like 45 an hour long. Not of her just talking about Rihanna. She didn't speak about Rihanna that much. She only did a handful of times, but I'm literally like skimming through each YouTube video. And on, I think, day 54, she like mentioned like Rihanna is the devil. Rihanna's face is the devil. And she's like all these haters and stuff like that. And like, I just was so uncomfortable. And she seemed sweet, kind of, but in this aggressive way. And she, after hearing her talk about Rihanna, she also mentioned Cardi B as well. Like, I was like, okay, she's clearly off her rocker. She wore her real hair. It seemed like she bleached it quite a bit. It was blonde, and she had pink hair. I haven't seen her recent mugshot. The ones that we're seeing online are the ones from Florida. We haven't seen her LA mugshot where she is being held on at first I think it was a $10 million bond. Now it's a 1.5. And it's like, if she meets that, like, but it's like, I don't know if she was originally charged with attempted murder. I don't know if that's one of her charges as of now. I think she has 15 charges overall, but I don't know if attempted murder is one of those, because I remember originally it was, but now they're saying that they may have taken that down. I'm like, what? But her YouTube videos, they were very disturbing. At first I was gonna say like, oh, I think they're disturbing because I know what she did now, shooting at Rihanna. But no, they're just disturbing had you not known that she shot at Rihanna. Like, yeah, they were very creepy videos. But again, like, she seems sweet in this confident, aggressive kind of way. Like, the way that she speaks, it sounds like she's confident about herself, but like sweet kind of in an aggressive way. But I just, after hearing her say Rihanna is the devil and how she won't leave her alone, I was like, what is she doing to you? Nothing. She has 3 children and is a mogul. So no, she cannot be worried about this person. And none of her videos had any comments. There are comments on them now since this happened. I'm like, is she even going to see them? Why are people commenting? I don't know. But none of them had comments. They didn't really have any likes. Like, I think she only had like 248 subscribers. I'm trying to get just 10. I only have 7. But she did have 248 subscribers. But yeah, no one was commenting or like liking those videos that she was creating about her 60-day like Bible scripture challenge. And I think it was verse a day for 60 days. Verse a day challenge for 60 days. And you were supposed to reflect and write and different stuff like that. And she mentioning Rihanna and how she's the devil and like on her and like trying to ruin her life and like steal her shine. I don't even know. I just was like, yeah, this is all very surreal, this woman, to the point of where you're going to her house to shoot her. And I was trying to see like a line really from day 1 to day 60, because she finished the challenge. She went all the way to day 60, and she didn't like mention that she was gonna do this, and everything leading up to wasn't giving like psychosis. But yeah, that day 54 challenge, she definitely seemed like she may have skipped some pills or something. She also mentioned in one of the videos like she's doing this for her daughter, not the Rihanna situation. I don't even think the Bible challenge, just like trying to be a good person, good life for her daughter. I think she also mentioned how she has a son, so she has children. I'm assuming that's what she said in her video. She didn't show the children. I didn't see the children. I only looked at her YouTube. I didn't look at her Instagram or her other social medias. It was just her YouTube channel. But yeah, just to see that progression. Her last video was posted a month ago, so she was posting all of this literally up in this year, like January, February. Her last video postings were in February. And in March, she's shooting at Rihanna. I'm like, I just was like, wow, I was not expecting to see that. And then to find out that you have a lot of times where you hear about that, but like they're not even home. Like the vice president's house, not the house on the White House grounds that he currently lives at now, but like the house that him and his family were living in before he became VP, was broken into. And it's like they weren't there, but you hear stories like that, like they weren't there, but Rihanna, her 3 kids were there. I saw a report that A$AP Rocky was not there, and then I saw 2 reports saying that he was. So before filming this episode, I didn't do my due diligence of getting the definite answer, but regardless, like Rihanna and her kids, the kids are in the house, and to be like in this house and actual gunfires going off, like what could that moment have been like? I wonder, will there be like video cam footage of the situation? You know, there had to be. I'm like, Rihanna lives in this house. I'm pretty sure she has body cam footage. And I'm like, if Rihanna has body cam footage, you gotta believe that the neighbors have body cam footage. I'm saying body cam, but you know what I mean. Like security system cameras. I'm so used to thinking about body cam because of true crime, the F-Boy Girl series, Mean Girl Crime series. If you haven't checked those out, definitely check those out. I already have my Mean Girls 3 crime episode in the works. We're catching up to F-Boy Crimes because we've got 3 episodes in the series of F-Boy Crimes. Now we have 3 coming up for Mean Girls Crimes. This episode is actually coming out of Nevada, Las Vegas. Super, super crazy, the story. We're gonna get into it. The people who died here were not from here. And it's so sad to think about. I'm literally like scrolling, like what should I fall asleep to? And I did choose this to fall asleep to, but I did, watch majority of it and found myself kind of trying to stay up so that I could, see what the heck. But yeah, we're going to get into that. But yeah, I just am waiting to see what is all going to come of that situation. Like I said, the security cameras, I'm pretty sure her neighbors had some and all this stuff going on. So we'll see. I guess it's kind of morbid to be like, I want to see her do the crime, but like I kind of do, because I'm like, how on earth did she achieve this? Like how? And then the way that her home looked in her YouTube videos, I mean, I guess I can't say that. You have people who live in squalor and are driving the nicest cars, but I'm like, does she rent a Tesla? Does she already own one? Her filming situation definitely looked very meteor-esque. I would say my apartment looked better than hers. I don't know if it was a home or an apartment, but the way that the painting was on the wall, and she was in the kitchen. I'm like, the kitchen's paint looks like that? From ceiling to paint, wall paint, it looked a little rough. So I'm like, you were driving a Tesla, but like I said, like people live in squalor and are driving BMWs all the time. So I guess that means nothing. But yeah, I'm like, okay, how does she pull up? Like what? We'll get into all of it once the prosecutor gathers all the evidence and presents it to whatever. I'm like, okay, clearly she was mentally ill. To drag God into it is just very crazy, because she's literally like reading scripture and she's like, Rihanna is the devil. And like before she says this, she's like talking about how we have to defend ourselves from the devil and like protect ourselves with God's blood and like God's, grace and like all this stuff. I mean, some of her lessons, I was like, okay, like, girl, I hear you. Like, yes, like, let's get into it. But you're reading the scripture and like comparing it to Rihanna, like that does not correlate. So yeah, she's clearly mentally ill. So I'm like, is she going to get a lighter sentence, a lighter situation because of the mental ill component? And then I just think it's so like, She, of course, should be prosecuted to the fullest extent. But you have people who are on the streets who commit murders and are getting like bail and then let free and given all of these lighter sentences. You've got people who are stabbing people in the neck and they've already been arrested like 30 times but let go. And then we already know how liberal LA is. It's like, had she done this in Florida, she would never see the light of day again. She would probably get 10 years. 10 years. I don't think she would get life for this, but she would definitely get like 10 years. LA though, California, super liberal. So, and they're soft on crime. So it's like, I don't know. Is she really going to be prosecuted to the fullest extent? And then it's like, because it's a celebrity, 10 million originally in bond, and then I think it dropped to 1.5 million is kind of like, I don't know if that's high of a bond for this crime. Now, when you've got attempted murder originally, I'm pretty sure that's why it may have been so high. And of course, she's not from there. So like, would she flee? Like, that's a thing. Like, I don't know. But the young lady was definitely disturbed. I think she was 38 years old. No, 35. I'm like, ma'am, what on earth were you doing? And like I said, this happened on 3/18/26. It actually was a Sunday. And it happened around like 1 in the afternoon, Pacific time. I'm on Pacific time. So I'm like, on a Sunday, I was off work on the 8th. I was off work on Sunday at 1 in the afternoon. Like, I was in my apartment, like doing apartment-esque things. And she was on her way to shoot up Rihanna's house. Like, the globe, the world, reality is very, very crazy. When it comes to reality, the reality of the Will Smith stuff, y'all. So back in December, right, I kind of skimmed over. It was my birthday, so I kind of like just threw it in there on a birthday episode. Go back and listen if you want to listen to my birthday episode. Promo, shameless. Yeah, mentioned that kind of briefly about how Will Smith was being sued for sexual assault, sexual harassment, one of those. Now, I originally thought it was a black man suing because there was like this black guy on a podcast talking about how he walked in on him having relations intimately with another man and all this other stuff. So I thought that guy was suing because you just heard lawsuit, right? That guy wasn't suing. He was just running his mouth. Now, this guy who actually is suing, I think that you have people who have already spoken to his lawyers and all type of stuff. Crazy. So he is a Caucasian male. He was a like saxophone player or some type of instrument player within a band. Now, he had done some previous work that got some notoriety, and I think Will Smith's team reached out to him because I'm like, oh, Will Smith does concerts. Okay, so I'm sure and have been told that, you know, he was this really famous rapper, you know, in the 90s and stuff like that. Other than Fresh Prince, I've never really heard his music. Not that I don't like it, not that I wouldn't like it, but I don't know. I just haven't sought it out. And I'm like, I love old music, 90s, 80s, 70s, 60s, love old music. But like Will Smith, I'm just like not trying to listen to his music. No offense, but other than Fresh Prince, like I haven't seen his stuff. So I'm not trying to be rude when I'm like, oh, he's doing a concert. So I'm like, what? So whatever. His team, Will Smith, reaches out to this instrument player who's suing him now because they liked his vibe, they liked the music, they liked the way he played, like da da da. So they bring him on to be a part of the band. This guy says that he's, part of the band, doing things. They're performing. Can't remember where they're performing, but he has a hotel room. He says he gets back to his hotel room. There's a condom somewhere. Don't know if he said it was on the bed, on the floor. Can't remember. He says that there was a note left for him. And the note was like, sorry we missed you, or like something weird like that. I don't even know. And so therefore he's suing Will Smith. So when you hear the headlines, you're automatically thinking like Will Smith did something inappropriate. From the gatherings that I have, and this was a while back. Now, I was updated about this like not that long ago, this year for sure, but prior to back in 2025, like I just was like, wait, what? I'm still not understanding then, and I'm still not understanding now. Now, I could do a little bit more research, but that's the gist of it. I'm like, what is the lawsuit about? And he's looking and he's suing for millions. I don't know if they've done a settlement or if they're still fighting it. Like, I'll update you in a future episode about this, but I'm just like, I'm not really understanding what Will Smith has to do with this. And as I'm listening to the news reports, you have the they bring on different lawyers and stuff to kind of give us an inside take from a lawyer's perspective. Well, they're kind of like, what does Will Smith have to do with this? And the interviewer is asking that as well. What does Will Smith have to do with any of that? Like, you can't necessarily pin that on him. And I guess because it's underneath the ecosphere of Will Smith, like the band is underneath him, the production is underneath him, like they work for him. So you want to sue the company? Will Smith is the company? I don't know. I really don't know what to make of it. I was kind of starting to think like, oh, does he have two different lawsuits out? And was I mistaken, or was it this one the entire time? Look, it's a lot, all of that. And I'm just kind of baked, fried, unhinged from that. And that actually all kind of happened last week with the Britney and Rihanna thing. We're just now getting around to discussing it, but we'll see what is to come this weekend. We'll see what potentially may happen in Hollywood this weekend coming up. What do you have planned for the weekend coming up? We're in the middle of March. There's not really any holidays coming up that I am aware of, aside from Easter Sunday coming up here. One of the big holidays. Are you Easter ready? What are you doing for Easter? I probably, I don't know if I'll go to church or not. We will see. But I also will be, for Saturday, Sunday this weekend, going to be just, I'm going to be hanging the shelves that I mentioned in the last video, talking about like my office. Like, I'm gonna kind of like give my office a little zhuzh, give it a little love, kind of vamp it up a little bit, hang up the shelves that I need to hang up another picture behind me that I need to hang up, and I'm probably gonna do some spring cleaning. Spring is slowly approaching us. So I'm probably going to do some spring cleaning, do some dusting, and probably go to the Mexican market and stock up on some fruits and veggies, and kind of try to do like some meal prepping and some snack idea prepping, because I have been eating such trash snacks, you guys. I've been eating like those Hostess donuts, the chocolate ones. I've just been in like a chocolate frenzy as of late. I have been loving chocolate. We had a rep come to work today and gave us some donuts. They gave us some Dunkin' Donuts. I had 2. I also had a chocolate brownie, double chocolate donuts I had as well. They were so good. I literally wanted to go buy a dozen more of just that flavor. They were so freaking good. I was like, oh my gosh, the double chocolate donuts. Like, this is heaven right now. So I need to just like figure out some like really good healthy snacks, like 2 ingredient snacks, even with like some really good high quality chocolates and like some fruits or something. Like, I just need to get some healthier snacks underneath my belt. So we're gonna try to figure that out, and yeah, just do some spring cleaning. And also, no, we did not do a live episode today. I am still wanting to, however, but I'm like, I just thought about going live this week. That was my first time ever considering it. So, I mean, I want to go live, but like, it was in the distant future for me is what I thought about. So it was off my radar for quite some time. And then randomly this week, I was like, what if I went live? Because I've been repurposing my attention mainly on Twitter. Please follow the It's Okay Pod on Twitter, or I should say X, formerly known as Twitter, X now. So X, follow me there. So I feel like I get a lot of traction on Twitter. So instead of trying to focus my attention on several different apps, I just thought, hey, why not focus all in on one app and kind of sprinkle your content on other apps, but focus solely on one, and then like just from there you'll get the the community that you're looking to build and get your message across there and traffic people elsewhere. So I was like, why not try to go live on Twitter? And I also can go live on other platforms as well, but I was really honed in on that, and it just, like I said, came to me this week. But I was like, I feel like I really need to prep and plan if I'm going to do that. So this weekend we need to go ahead and get our background looking on par how we want it to look, and simultaneously while we're doing that, we will be planning the live episode. I hope to see you there, because it's going to be lit. It's going to be a fun time. Discussing all of this in real time is going to be very fun, and I just can't wait. I'm excited for it, and I got to make sure that like all my equipment is equipmenting and gonna actually be able to uphold what I needed to. So yeah, we will see you then. And remember, it's okay.
All of us have problems.